As we enter this time of meditation leading into a message, I invite you to center in again. Aware of your breath, maybe your breath expanded after singing that beautiful chant leading us in. You can close your eyes, or maybe you want to gently let your eyes focus on the candle flame. And as Deb brought us into prayer this morning, if you want to bring your right hand over your heart and your left hand on your belly, or just let your hands rest on your lap. Let your awareness be on that breath. God, give me light in my heart. Illuminate me. Oh God, give me light. Illuminate me. Light in my heart and light in my home. Oh God, give me light. Illuminate me. Light in my hearing. Light in my sight. Illuminate me. Light in my feeling, all of my body. Illuminate me. God, give me light. Light before me, light behind me. Light on my right hand, light on my left hand. Light above me. Light above me. Light beneath me. Love, give me light in my heart. Increase the light in me. Give me light. Illuminate me. And sense your own light now increasing. Your beautiful illumination shared here in community. Shared beyond the boundaries that we see as time and space. Let your holy imagination bring your light wherever you see a need for light in the darkness. And I invite you now to bring your hands together in prayer position at your heart. And open your eyes. The lights of your soul. And bow to the light around you. Hold on to that light, that feeling of being illuminated as I share Psalm 43. Vindicate me, my God, and plead my cause against an unfaithful nation. Rescue me from those who are deceitful and wicked. You are God, my stronghold. Why have you rejected me? Why must I go about mourning, oppressed by the enemy? Oh, send out your light and your truth. Let them lead me. Let them bring me to your holy mountain, to the place where you dwell. Then I will go to the altar of God, to God my joy and my delight. Our ongoing human story has always been filled with moments of brilliance and moments of horror. Let your light and truth lead me to the place where you dwell, O God. And we know that the altar of God is everywhere we are. The dwelling place of the presence of all that is cannot be anything else but present. It is our eyes and our ears and our hearts and our hands that need to remember. It is our feet that we must allow to be led again by light and truth. In November, our lovely friend Diane Tuchman offered an opening prayer inviting us to be a lighthouse and a lighthouse keeper. Here's an excerpt from that, from the daily devotional book, Until Today, by Iyanla, Vanzant. The greatest service I can offer is being a light on the path. When ships lose their way, they are guided by the lighthouse. When there is trouble or danger at sea, you can seek refuge by the light of the lighthouse. In the midst of a storm, the lighthouse will always guide the ships safely to shore. Best of all, there is always someone in the lighthouse. Be a lighthouse. Let your life be a shining symbol for others. Let everything you do be in service to someone. Stand tall in the knowledge of who you are. Stand proudly in the midst of difficult times. Be aware of who you are and what you have to offer that can be a beacon. Be a lighthouse. Be a lighthouse keeper. Be alert to those who may be in need and have nowhere to go or know where to get there. Remember, no matter what condition a wind-blown sailor reaches the lighthouse in, the keeper is always welcoming. The keeper always encourages. The keeper always has something on hand or knows what to do to get you up and sailing again. Be the lighthouse. Be the lighthouse keeper. Be the light. And in illuminating the way for each other, as the lighthouse, as the light, as the keeper of the light, the holder, what if we also learn from our shadows? This morning, after having thought my talk was complete yesterday, I woke up wrestling with my own fear and despair about the state of the world. And so I listened to a guided meditation by Thich Nhat Hanh on my Plum Village app and was reminded that simply centering on my breath could bring me back into my body and release me from the power of my spinning thoughts of fear, at least for a minute or two. And it reminded me that that practice, even for a minute or two, is available in every one of those minutes. To just come back to my breath in my body. And then I listened to a poem, read by Rosemerry, Wahtola, Trommer, on my Ritual app. Here is her poem, Groundhog Day. May I not only see my own shadow, but may I let it wrestle me the way an angel once met Jacob that wrestled him till dawn. May we scrabble and scrap, my shadow and I, until I am trembling, exhausted, until the shadow dislocates what I think I know about how to move through the world, until panting I beg it to bless me. Cling to it until it gives me a new name. I want to know everything I am capable of. The destruction, the ferocity, the benediction. I don't need to know the weather. I just want to know that I can meet whatever comes, even the darkest parts of myself, and learn from them, then limp into the daylight toward healing, toward wholeness. If you're not familiar with that passage of Jacob wrestling with the angel, find it.
What number?
Oh, I can't remember. I'll put it in the PDF. Google it. Actually, go to Bible Gateway. It'll help you. Last week, I quoted an article by Luke Healy. While there are certainly healthy practices to release the grip of our ego identity, unless they are integrated with communal engagement, loving service, and authentic relationality, they will only get us so far. Those two practices for me, meditation and poetry, they're two that I lean on often. This morning they helped me release my ego from its grip of hopelessness, helplessness, despair, and fear, and led me to the altar of God. Walking with a friend earlier this week, dancing in community earlier this week, did the same thing. And still I needed the reminder this morning. That's how that goes. The practices that allow us to wrestle with angels and with our shadows are the practices that the lighthouse keeper uses to clean the windows of the lighthouse so that the light shines bright, clear. And when we bring our light, limping or dancing, but when we bring our light shining, we bring it in service of the world, in service of each other. We build relationships. We let our hearts be refuge for a friend. We attend funerals. We gather food for neighbors in need. We recognize that we too once were refugees, and sometimes we feel like refugees from our own lives. And so we reach out where we can, where each of us is called to be light, to be love. We gather books, we gather food, we gather sanctuary and solidarity for our neighbors, because our neighbors are us. We allow God's light, the light that we are, to glow like a candle, to shine like the sun, to be a point of blazing starlight, to be a beacon of light from the lighthouse. You are the light of the world. A city built on a hill cannot be hidden. No one, after lighting a lamp, puts it under the bushel basket, but on the lampstand, and it gives light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to God. That one is Matthew chapter 5, verses 14 through 16. And a song in Godspell. I'm going to close with a benediction. It feels like a benediction. From Jan Richardson. It's one I've used before, but it is one that I read several times to myself this week. And so I invite you to hear this blessing as a benediction for the light that each of you bears in the world. Blessed are you who bear the light. Jan Richardson. Blessed are you who bear the light in unbearable times, who testify to its endurance amid the unendurable, who bear witness to its persistence when everything seems in shadow and grief. Blessed are you in whom the light lives, in whom the brightness blazes, your heart a chapel, an altar where in the deepest night can be seen the fire that shines forth in you, in unaccountable faith, in stubborn hope, in love that illumines every broken thing it finds. Blessed are you who bear the light. And so it is.